You hear us out there, world? I don't want to be too loud because I don't want to hit that. Yeah, okay. Welcome everybody.
This is episode 2 of the Freaking Juice Show, where this is the freak.
Hey, and that's the juice. Yeah. Welcome everybody. Hey, we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about everybody has a dream of being the best. What are you doing
to be the best?
Yeah. Hey, Juice, you're a professional athlete. So, what do you do every day to be the best BMXer you can be?
My daily regimen, it all comes down to proper nutrition, especially at the professional level. I mean, you got to get down to the little things, especially your nutrition. Make sure you're getting the proper nutrients throughout your day to keep your body fueled for competitions, your daily training schedules, whether you're in the gym or, since I'm a professional BMX racer, making sure that I'm staying hydrated for my big sessions especially. But it's always behind the scenes. Not everything is documented. I post a lot on my Instagram, but not a lot of people see all the hard work and
so with that being said, you know, your nutrients, your nutrition is key. You know, your training is key, and a lot of this goes unnoticed because it's hidden, right? And I feel like world out there, when you are chasing to be great, I feel like it's the little things that go unnoticed. Juice has been racing his whole life. But it's a lot of people don't see what he's been doing. The sprints, the consistency in the weight room, the consistency, on the bike. They don't see those things. It's like a lot of times, to be great, it's what you're doing when no one's looking, and I feel like that's key. Will you agree with that?
Yeah, I would also, I agree with everything that you just said. A big part of it, in my opinion, is a lot of people say that you need this motivation to really become great and actually put in that work. But in my opinion, I believe it's more self-discipline to wake up every morning, because not every day you're gonna want to work out. There's gonna be days where you wake up and you're feeling sore and you're like, oh, I don't really want to work out today, or I don't want to go to do my sprints or ride the track. Like, it's more of self-discipline, like where that when you wake up, you have to take action and go and accomplish what you're trying to accomplish in life.
And I see it. I see when a average athlete, just kind of your regular, I'm happy that I perform in a sport. And then I see those who are, dedicated, to the craft, but then I see that next level. And I feel to be at that next level, you have to have a routine. You have to be consistent. You have to be persistent. I think a lot of times that's what goes unnoticed. A lot of professional athletes, a lot of elite athletes, they don't talk, they don't brag about those things. It's because it doesn't matter for them, I feel. And I feel a lot of time when you see those athletes that are posting on Instagram, that are all doing it, they're only doing one workout. You know what I mean? What are you doing the other 6 days? You know what I mean? Like are you consistent?
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing. I think it's a big common thing. I feel like it's like one hit wonders.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these athletes, especially now, where a lot of mom and dads are saying, "Oh, my kid's the best thing since sliced bread," and then when you see them, it's like, "Wow, man, you got a lot of work to be. You got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of work to be. You got to be better." You think you're great, but I mean, a lot of people are better than you.
And with that being said, you mentioned like those that are more so they just enjoy being in the sports that they're in, and this is a tip for everybody out there. You may not be passionate about the sport that you're in, but you might enjoy it, but you're passionate with something in your life, and if you put 110% into bettering yourself as an athlete or as an individual, it's going to make you progress in life a lot more. And this doesn't necessarily just go for sports at all.
It goes in general. It goes in general. Because being great is not just sports. You know, every day I come in, every time I come into my job, you know, I'm not an athlete anymore. You know, I wasn't the best athlete at one point in time. I had different obstacles come in my life. But one thing that I committed myself to is to be a great person. And then being a great person is being a great coach, being a great husband, being a great father, doing all those things, right? But I devoted myself and I dedicated myself to my craft. And I feel that's where I find my greatness at. You know, my greatness comes from my craft and for the people that I put in action every day. You know, Juice always talks about, you know, Vern, you know, the freak. You gotta, if you're gonna have that name, you gotta use it. You gotta be great all the time. And I said, you know, I tell him, Juice, it's very hard at times to be motivated because you're giving so much to others that you kind of forget about yourself a little bit, you know, because you want them to be great, you know. And then sometimes, you know, myself, I kind of lack that, you know, I kind of lack that side of things, and you know, and every day I try to find the next, hey, if it takes me, you know, 2 energy drinks to kind of get my brain going, you know, then I'll get my brain going. But sometimes it just doesn't work, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't work, you know. I also think that being great is, you know, really accepting who you are. You know, I feel like that's a big misconception, because if you don't take the personal responsibility to be great, how can anybody else, or how can you make anybody else be great?
Yeah, and with that being said, we haven't really mentioned our clothing brand on the channel yet and gone into it, but it's Aspire TF Performance. And with that, like, we aspire to become the best versions of ourselves. So this is where we're trying to be great every single day. Whether that everybody has their own opinion on what great actually means, but it's getting up every day, knowing what you have to do to accomplish those goals of yours, and you just go and attack it. You got to take action now.
Yeah, you know, being the freak is just a name for me. Being the Juice is just a name for him. It's what we do to have those names, and to make sure that our athletes, the individuals that we're competing against or that we thrive to beat every day, they know who we are. It's because of our actions. I think a lot of time people talk a lot, you know, but they have no action behind their talk. And I feel myself, you know, a lot of times I get caught up in that, you know. But the thing is it's not uncommon for you to see me lifting or squatting these heavy weights or squatting these heavy numbers, and people are like, oh, how the hell you do it? How the fuck you do it? And like, it's not about how I do it. It's my mindset, you know. It's like, I'm gonna be great for this hour and a half session every day. I'm gonna be great for this hour and a half session every day. We gotta stop that because that phone rang.
We don't have to stop it. We just cut it out.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Yeah, man. But, you know, I feel that we have a lot of good things coming, you know, with the TF Performance and the Aspire Threads. You know,
we got a lot more content. I know we've been kind of lacking on the YouTube side of things, and we posted that we were going to do a episode 2 a couple weeks ago. Just things got super crazy. We've just been caught up with getting new apparel, getting kickstarted for the rest of the summer, and getting everything lined up for the fall. It's getting closer to the school year, so a lot more of the sports teams are coming in. So we've kind of been trying to direct our attention that way. So, but we're gonna get better at balancing everything out. And
for sure. For sure. You know, it's just crazy. You know. Our jobs every day that we do is crazy, you know, and then we try to add more into the pot. It's like, man, you know, you work 17 hours a day. It's like, dang, what the hell we got to do now? Like right now, we trying to film this video for you guys and film this podcast for you, and it's because we're here. You know, we've been grinding since the AM, and you know,
shoot, it's almost 8 o'clock, if not 8 o'clock already.
Yeah,
and we've been here since 6:30 in the morning, so. Like we talked about it with each other and we're like, let's knock out a video, get some content going for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys would like to see more information about us and what we have to offer, especially about personal training, being a strength coach, talking about the difference between NAIA and D1 athletes, which we'll get into on our next episode. So that's a little teaser for our next episode that we're going to be releasing.
And another thing, guys, we all new to this. This is new to us. And we are raw. We have this raw thing, but we have these great ideas, and I feel like we have to share our story. That's most important than anything. We want to be great at giving you great content and understanding what it takes to be strength coaches, to be personal trainers, to be personal coaches, to be normal human beings. We want to give that side of things also. It's not always about business. It's not always about making a dollar or doing something like that. It's kind of just in bettering, the people that we're around every day. It's in bettering the crowd that's out there, the listeners, and the people that's viewing these podcasts that we're going to come out with. Hopefully in the near future, we can have more guidelines and have better scripts and do all those things. But give us a chance, give us a shot, and we're going to give you something.
And one thing that you guys probably notice is like we don't have those fancy offices like all these other people that have the #1 podcast. We don't have fancy equipment.
But we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. We got a Canon. We're gonna get it done with the Canon for sure. We're gonna get it done, no problem. All right, because I'm the freak.
And I'm the juice.
And we'll be at you. Holla at us.